Alright, so Nobody's dumpster games is not going to happen, but this just happens to be something. Whoa, shit. We're going to look at it. Make sure the film is right. Alright. This is something I came up with for Nobody's Dumpster Games. That would have been fucking epic, but guess what? People don't give a shit. People don't want to film. I mean, like, I feel like Angie from Blended Abode is like family to me. But she's got a following that only allows her to cook raw. I don't even know. And I feel like an asshole at the fact that I haven't looked at what she's doing, because that's just not my thing. I eat the food that's available, not a list of food. But anyway, I'm going to take whole grain Cheerios and I'm going to make those into gluten-free pancakes. So let's see. Building. And as they break down, you gotta add a little bit more as it gets turned into a flour of sorts. But a little snack along the way. Alright, so you've got your whole grain Cheerios flour, and there is still a couple of whole grain Cheerios in there, but those will add texture. Wow, that's a bit more than I was looking to do, but alright. So here. Baking powder. That's a huge chunk. Alright. Didn't quite intend on that either, but you know. As they say, sometimes shit happens. Eggs. I want to use 2 of them. 2 eggs. Oh, come out of the shell. There you go. A little bit of milk, like, put a little bit of milk in there. You can add milk, or you can take milk away, depending on the variance. Mix that together. To add moisture. One thing I forgot that you cannot forget. It's oil. And again, I don't really have a measurement for that. You just dump some oil in there, because that's how I roll in my kitchen. A little bit of oil, a little bit of milk, some eggs, some ground up Cheerios. But wait, I have to check the camera shot. Alright, camera shot's still good. Mind you, I have been outside all day today cooking meat on fire. That's going to require a lot of milk, because this is probably going to turn into an abundance of pancakes. Sometimes you have to create a bowl that looks like oatmeal to make a batter. It's got to be thin enough to act like a it's going to act like a pancake batter, because you're trying to make pancakes. And you got to stir it all together, stir it all together, stir it all together. And that's getting close to pancake batter consistency, but we're going to need some more milk to thin it out. Stir, 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 stir in all that milk. Make a batter. Mind you, this is going to be gluten-free pancakes that I'm sure my wife is going to mess herself over. I'm going to pause this right here and let that sit. Alright, so it's still kind of thick, but that's something that you can use. That's tolerable. So at that point, you unplug your 1974 solid state dyno controlled General Electric mixer, and you put it back in the cupboard. You just want to whip it a little bit more. Just whip it around, whip it around, whip it around, whip it around. So it's kind of like a cake batter. Let it sit for a little bit. Alright, so you're at this point. Make sure you got a spatula. Cooking spray. One last little turn to fold that last little bit of milk into the pancake batter. Spray your pan. Measuring cup. Whip it out. Little bit on. Some people might call these corn cakes. They might call that. I don't actually know what to call these other than fucking tasty, because that is ground up whole grain Cheerios with some eggs, some baking powder, some milk. That stuff is bound to be fucking tasty. I mean, I could have probably made it better by putting a little bit of the chocolate whey protein in there, but that's, I don't know, corn cakes. I don't know. But I'll catch you back on the flip side when I flip them over. Alright, so it's time to flip it over. That is a whole grain Cheerio pancake. For those of you who buy pancake mix, you suck. It's flour and baking soda. You don't need to buy pancake mix. Flour, baking soda, eggs, water, milk, fucking soda, whatever you got in your fridge. Pancakes are easy. So, it's got a nice little crust on the outside of it. I'm going to fold this plate over so that when these are done, I set them on there. Mind you, this is enough to make like probably at least 24 pancakes. Keep everybody in your house eating for almost fucking free. Granted, the Cheerios came out of the dumpster. The baking powder was already in the cupboard. What the fuck? I guess the best part about this will be when I ask the wife what she thinks about that. And I'm going to go grab a little small plate to give her one of those. Alright, so I'm about to pull the first one off. They're kind of, they have a strange consistency, but if you, yeah. And pancakes at 8:30 at night require a dessert fork. They're close. No cigar, but they're close. Alright. Call that a short stack. Mind you, I made these with Cheerios. Does the wife care to come on inside and put a little bit of syrup on those? But just, I'm looking for reactions, dear.
I know. I was. Tasty. Almost like a oat flour, which would be common sense.
You should probably put some syrup on that shit.
No,
It doesn't need syrup?
not for me.
I made pancakes from multigrain Cheerios.
Quite tasty. And it does taste kind of like a... I heard you say corn cake and I shook my head, but I don't... But yum.
Yeah, it's wheat, but it's... Well, it's not wheat, actually, because it's gluten-free. That is... I should have probably studied what the fuck is even in this before I did it. Whole grain oats, whole grain corn, sugar, cornstarch, corn bran. So, that is a gluten-free pancake.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, I got this out of the CVS dumpster. Yeah. So that would be, what, a gluten-free oat cake
Mm-hmm.
for a pancake?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of water, or excuse me, milk in there. I got to stir around.
I mean, you could certainly add syrup, but it's quite tasty.
Alright. Fuck the syrup. Anyway, that was going to be my first submission for Nobody's Dumpster Games, but there was no response. So anyway, I made something out of nothing, and that's about where it goes.